Hey everybody, Jared Bolton here with GNCC Racing on behalf of Racer X. The guys at Racer X sent me out here to South Carolina to do some riding of these 2020 Yamahas.
Yeah, I grew up riding YZ100s and YZ125s in the woods, and you know, to get back to my roots like this on a contemporary motorcycle, it's part nostalgic, part state of the art. You know, two strokes, so much fun to ride, especially 125. So this bike's a blast. I look forward to riding it more.
And I really don't know the last time I rode a 125, so it's really been a lot of fun to ride this bike here. You know, the great thing about 125X is it gives an extra stepping stone for guys coming off of super minis into the big bike rinks. We see it all too often that a kid will come off of a super mini and they move straight to a 250F or maybe even a bigger bike. The great thing here is that Yamaha has provided this stepping stone for those guys. There are a few differences between this and the motocross versions. The 125X definitely has a smoother delivery of power. When I first got on it, I was really expecting, you know, that hit that you're used to, you know, dumping the clutch on a 125, but that never happens. This kind of delivers real smooth, and at first, it's a little different, but once you get used to it in the tight woods, it's absolutely amazing. You can ride that in the tightest possible woods you'll ever find at any race across the East Coast, and you're gonna be able to work the motor to its full potential. The 125X comes stock with an 18-inch rear wheel and an O-ring chain. Both of those are must-haves in the world of off-road racing. Additionally, the forks and the shock are tuned off-road specific. Same with the ECU and the carburetor. So you are getting a true off-road specific motorcycle whenever you buy one of these. And one of the coolest things about this 125X to me is that the MSRP is only $66.99. So you're coming away with a 2020 motorcycle at 2010 prices. So let's talk about the YZ250FX. This has been completely redesigned for 2020. A little over a month ago, I actually had the unique opportunity to ride the 2019 version of the 250FX at Loretta Lynn's Ranch for the Yamaha XTR Challenge. I felt like the bike was a little wide, the motor felt a little sluggish. It was a great bike, but I feel like it could be even better. Apparently, a bunch of people had those thoughts, and Yamaha listened. The 2020 Yamaha is actually 18 millimeters slimmer. They've redesigned the chassis and made the motor even better. What's interesting about that is those sound like little changes, but it has made this bike 100 times better. In its stock form, this bike comes with an 18-inch rear wheel and an O-ring chain. Just like I said about the 125X, those are must-haves in the world of off-road racing when you're going through the woods, over logs, through creeks. You want that 18-inch rear wheel and you want that O-ring chain. Both of these bikes still come with a coil style fork. In the world of off-road racing, there's a million different things can happen when you're out in the woods. And personally, I feel like the coil style forks are actually better for off-road racing. The air fork works great, but with the amount of different things and different factors that you run into out in the woods, there's just too many things that can go wrong in my opinion. And I still really like the coil style fork, and I know there's a lot of people who would agree with me there. And through talking to a lot of people across the East Coast at all the different GNCC events, it seems like a lot of people overall still really enjoy the coil style forks, and it's really nice to see a manufacturer still stick with that style fork. Another really great thing about the 250FX is it comes with this mapping switch. You can switch the modes on the fly to a more aggressive map, or you can kind of tune it down when you get into the tighter, technical, slippery, rocky, nasty woods, and the bike's a little more controllable, a little more nimble. Really good stuff there. So these truly are off-road specific bikes. It's no secret that European manufacturers have been working on this for quite a few years. Yamaha took notice and they've done the exact same thing. They've made a true off-road specific race bike. You know, for years you saw, you know, your TTRs, your XRs, they were great bikes, but if you're a racer, they're not exactly what you were looking for. These 125 and 250FXs are absolutely phenomenal race bikes that anybody can get on in stock form and go out and perform at a pretty good level. This has been such an awesome week. It's a beautiful facility here at Randy Hawkins' property. The folks at Yamaha are incredible to work with. I can't say enough great things about both of these bikes. The fun factor is so high on both machines, and really big thanks to the folks at Yamaha and RacerX for selecting me to do this. I feel like I've been able to give an average person's take on these bikes, and I can't thank these guys enough. Really hope I'm able to do this again, because this has been one of the most fun things I've ever done. I love riding motorcycles, and I absolutely love riding both of these bikes.